store for them today?
Yeah, I feel like today is really the day. If you wanted to get out and see everything this event has to offer, today's your day, right?
It's the meat of the event.
Yeah. It's already kicking off. I walked by the fly fishing casting comp when I was here. That's up at Nature Valley Adventure Village this morning. They moved to the I Bridge later today. You can catch them there. We've got SUP going on this morning, kayak going on this morning. Right above us, Highline shows will be taking place and basic clinics down here for Slack.
That's such a favorite. I mean, it's just fun for everyone in the whole family to check out the slack lines, give it a try, as well as I am always so wowed at the skills of these athletes.
It is incredible, and it's incredible to watch just the different disciplines as well and the various athletic skill that comes with it, right? You know, the kayakers, very different than our World Cup rock climbers that are also going to be hitting the wall today in the finals.
Absolutely. And you know, another big favorite of mine about the GoPro Mountain Games is it doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete, if you're a little kid, or if you're just an adult who likes to stay in shape. There's an event for everyone, and you as an amateur can compete along with the professionals, correct?
Absolutely. It's actually kind of the mantra of the event, right? We like to call it Joes versus Pros. It's really fun to have kind of your elite athletes out there running with our local families, and today's a great opportunity to do so. The family mud run happens today. We have two waves of it. We have our family kind of get the kids out, have fun, and then we also have All Mountain Madness is what we call it as the second wave, and that's just kind of come one, come all, get out and do a really fun run on the mountain.
I love that. And it's so motivational for, I think, kids too, to be able to do a mountain bike race or a run and know that some of the professionals are, racing, and it's just very motivational for them to keep at it and push themselves, and hopefully they'll be back as one of the professionals in a few years down the line, right?
Yeah, and it's really fun to see our pro athletes are so great about taking time with those kids and taking time that, there's no ego there. They're just the nicest people and excited to share the sport. So you'll see probably one of the cutest events you'll see today. We have our Strider bike race, the TIA Kids bike race will be taking off very shortly. It is one of our favorites, one that you really like I said, probably the cutest moment of the mountain games aside from some of maybe Dogtown down in.
That is adorable. Now, Sarah is with the Vail Valley Foundation, which is sort of like the behind the scenes. Tell us just a little bit about how many volunteers and how long it takes to put together an event like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to be a part of a local nonprofit like the Vail Valley Foundation, but it's so important that we rely on all of our partners, ranging from, title sponsor to GoPro to Vail Resorts, Town of Vail, U.S. Forest Service. It's really a team effort that starts Monday, essentially, to plan for next year.
Wow.
And all of our volunteers, we have, I believe, about 250 plus working on the event this year for us.
That's crazy. And then I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have over 30 different types of events going on, don't you, overall throughout the 4 days of the GoPro Mountain Games?
We do 12 different disciplines and 30 plus events, not to mention all kinds of free music happening all day long and into the night.
Yeah, that kicks off at 7:15 tonight at Ford Amphitheater at the Amp, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we have Band of Heathens kicking it off, and then Citizen Cope is our highlight tonight.
That is such great music. So come on down, check some of this out. The nice thing is it's all free for spectators, and it's such a fun family event. Bring the kids, come out to one of the clinics. So come check it out. Stay with us. We're going to have a short break, and we'll be back with a local check of the weather.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
name is Eric Jackson, 4-time kayaking world champion. Welcome to my next adventure here along the Caney Fork River in Rock Island, Tennessee. The WSD F30 features wearable maps in full color display. I can download these maps to navigate offline in any environment or create a track log along the routes that I choose to explore. The Casio ProTrek WSD F30 smartwatch is the perfect companion when the time calls for outdoor adventure technology.
They made the original hot.
Ooh, hot stuff all over my nachos, walking like a taco, driving over potholes, hotter than a pot roast, fingers on my hot chips, red-handed, come on man, I'm gonna need some chopsticks. I want it.
The original. Now it's hot.
Nest Furnishings and Consignment, located in the heart of the Vail Valley. Nest offers a variety of beautiful, affordably priced home furnishings, art, and accessories for your mountain home. Henredon, Restoration Hardware, Ralph Lauren, just to name a few brands available at Nest. Decorate your mountain home at Nest Furnishings and Consignment. Consignment redefined.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by GMC, the exclusive partner of Vail Resorts.
Hey, welcome back to the Solaris Plaza, where first thing in the morning, it's a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, but standing in the shade makes such a huge difference. So you want to make sure that you have layers with you as you come out to enjoy the 18th annual GoPro Mountain Games this weekend. So starting off, you want to have a light jacket, maybe a little fleece action going on, and you're also going to want to have plenty of sunscreen on. We have more sunshine in the forecast today, and by about 8 o'clock, we're expecting those temperatures to be in the mid-40s, and our high at the base of Vail Mountain today at 64 degrees. Now we do have a stronger chance of seeing rain. It was about 20% yesterday, 40% today, and tonight our sunset is going to be at 8:32 p.m. and those overnight lows will be dropping a little bit more than they were last night, so we're going to be seeing those lows in the 30s tonight as opposed to the 40s last night. Now along the I-70 corridor, if you're going to be driving your GMC to get over here to Vail, we'll be seeing those temperatures in the mid-70s in Eagle, 69 for Avon, 71 for the high in Vail today, and 82 down in Denver. And we do have more sunshine on the way as we conclude the GoPro Mountain Games tomorrow with a high of 55 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And then really as we go into the rest of the week, we're looking at more sunshine on the way, and then maybe by midweek we could have another stormy day on our hands. But for right now, things are looking really good. Now it's hard to believe with weather like this and with summer feeling like it is officially here at the GoPro Mountain Games that we still have some skiing and riding to do this weekend, and Eric has a look at those Breckenridge conditions for their closing weekend next.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Bustang.
Well, I'm here at Golden Peak in Vail, and that's about 2,000 feet lower than what Breckenridge is. And as you can see behind me, there is still snow here at Golden Peak. So guess what that means for Breckenridge. That's right, ample amounts of snow at Breckenridge. You've got 2 more days, including today, to go ski and snowboard Breckenridge, primarily operating out of Peak 7. And right now, the town gondola that typically takes you to the top of Breckenridge is not open. They do have bus service going there. You're still going to want to park in those 2 big dirt lots at the base of Breck. You'll head it over to Peak 8. They're still running the T-bar and the high alpine lifts on Chair 6 Kinshow lift. It's amazing over in Breckenridge, but just 2 more days before things close down. And then starting on June 14th, their Epic Discovery program kicks off. Summer officially starts going in Breckenridge, and that's going to be primarily operated out of Peak 8. So while we've been skiing and snowboarding Peak 7, they've been getting Peak 8 ready with climbing walls and zip lines and mountain coasters and just all the things that you come to our mountains for in the summer. It's going to be an absolute blast. Make sure to head over to Breckenridge today or tomorrow and check things out. And stick around with us here this morning on TV8's Good Morning Vail. Plenty more fun from the GoPro Mountain Games.
part of travel is the journey, and it's not only about where you're going, but how you get to your destination. With over 35 years of experience, Epic Mountain Express is the best way to begin your trip to the Rockies. Enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi and relax in the comfort of our shuttles and SUVs. With service out of Denver International and Eagle County Airport, trust our professional drivers to get you there in confidence and comfort. Start off your trip right with Epic Mountain Express.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Hey, you might recognize my next guest here. This is Chris Anthony, just, 27 Warren Miller films, just our local pro skier who's also making films about untold stories of the 10th Mountain Division. He has the Chris Anthony Youth Foundation. So many things, Chris, but right now you have a different title.
Yes.
You are the GMC UMC Wrangler.
The den mother for this amazing event that's going on, and it is the GMC Ultimate Mountain Challenge, where we are selecting, we're trying to find the best all-around athlete in both the men and women. So this year 24 athletes took on this challenge and signed up, and the requirement is that they had to compete in 6 different competitions. One of those competitions is absolutely required, and that's the Pepe's Face Off tomorrow at 11:30. You don't want to miss it. But they had to choose 5 other events, and they for sure had to do a water event, they for sure had to do a running event, and for sure had to do a mountain biking event. So they had to figure out these calculations, figure that out, and put those together, and they are competing, and then whoever has the most points is going to be our GMC UMC champion. And the drama is building.
Okay, drama is building. So, all right, tell us the story. So yesterday we had Adrienne Love Connect on the show, and she had just won the Steep Creek Championship. So that really put her in a good lead yesterday. But how are things looking for the ladies today?
Right. So Adrienne Love Connect was awesome because she won the pro division of the Steep Creek thing, which was incredibly hard, and she collected 9 points, the maximum points. So that put her on top. But she also did the 5K dog run or something like that, collected a couple other points. She is still maintaining on top. She has 17 points, but just right behind her is fellow water person Courtney Kieran. She's closing in, but the two of them will be sticking in the water, competing with each other, but closing in right behind them is 2 local girls, Gretchen Reeves and Kate Boyd. And Gretchen Reeves was, World Cup mountain bike racer. She's going to have an event today that's going to help her a ton. Kate Boyd is a really strong, just all-around athlete local here. And those 4 women have kind of separated themselves from the pack a little bit. But on the men's side, it's gotten crazy. And this was kind of my prediction to begin with. We have 2 local men that are literally world-class legendary athletes. In fact, Mike Closier, 59 years old, is in the Hall of Fame for mountain biking because he was a world champion way back when, but he is also one of the best eco-adventure racers in the world, on the planet. And right behind him, or actually they're tied, is Josiah Mindaw, who is another local, but world champion Xterra champion, national champion Xterra. He's in his prime, and actually rumor has it that the 2 of them are teaming up for an eco challenge, but right now they are frenemies in this event, beating each other up. And there's this guy that I've been watching, Anthony Kunkel, who's just been winning all the running events, but he's not exactly on the water thing, but we have waterman Nick Troutman, who's also a big threat and has a lot of events coming up. So the drama is building, and you got to pay attention because it's going to be fun tomorrow for the face-off.
Oh my gosh. Okay, can we just really quickly describe Pepe's face-off? So Pepe's run, it's a double black that's right here at the base of Vail Mountain. So really good spectating. But as a professional skier, do you run up something like that for training? Can you describe what they're going to be going through?
We actually used to train on that, run up it, but for 30 minutes they got to try to get up Pepe's face and down as fast as they can. The record is something like 6 laps, but the course is slightly different. Yeah, Josiah has that along with another guy. But so they're going to be duking it out, and that's going to take place tomorrow, 11:30, right there at the base of the mountain. That's going to be worth watching because these UMC champions are going to be close in points, and they're going to be battling it out right there.
Yep. Oh man, that's going to be so exciting. Well, listen, good luck wrangling all of this information. That was a really great rundown. So thank you so much, Chris Anthony, UMC Wrangler this weekend. All right. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
And coming up next, we're going to take a look at what's happening with your local weather forecast. Look at what these Ultimate Mountain Championship Challenger athletes have against them for weather this day. But sunny. It's going to be sunny.
It's all going to be sunny.
It's going to be great. Let's take a look.
This weather report is brought to you by Good Morning Vail, live and on demand with any streaming TV service. Use the YouTube app in Apple TV and more to search TV8 Vail.
Absolutely gorgeous morning here on Saturday at the GoPro Mountain Games, and things are looking like they're going to hold throughout the rest of the day in terms of keeping weather beautiful. Let's take a look at that daily forecast. Guess what today is? It's Palindrome Day, because in the morning it starts at 46 degrees and we get a high of 64. That's right, that can be read forwards and backwards. Pretty cool stuff today. 40% chance of rain, but that was in the morning, so I think the rain worked itself out. Should be clear the rest of the day. Overnight low of around 34 degrees. And looking at the I-70 corridor, if you are coming up from Denver, low 80s for Denver, upper 60s to lower 70s for our valley, and finally about 72 in Eagle. Looking ahead to the next 5 days, things are looking a little bit cooler than what we were projecting, so little cold fronts moving in, but still should have pretty gorgeous weather for tomorrow, the final day of today's GoPro Mountain Games. And thanks to Casio, ProTrex Smart, Bustang, and Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery for helping keep us here live for you at the GoPro Mountain Games. And we've got more Good Morning Vail coming up right after this.
This road report is brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust, with locations in Avon, Frisco, Glenwood Springs, and Basalt.
Hey, there is a lot going on this weekend with everything happening with the GoPro Mountain Games here in the Valley. So if you are coming over to Vail to check out some of these awesome events, parking right now is free in Vail Village and Lions Head. However, if you do leave your car overnight, there is a $25 fee if you are coming overnight. And this is a big event. So I highly encourage you guys to carpool, take the bus in, or bike in. And speaking of that too, as the weather starts to get nice out here, especially with all the bikers in the GoPro Mountain Games, be aware as it's time to start sharing the road. You're going to encounter more and more road bikes out there. So right now in Colorado, the rule is you have to have 3 feet between the widest part of your vehicle and the widest part of the bike. So, and it's okay if you're from out of state, if there's no oncoming traffic, you can move over those yellow lines to give the biker room and then move back. Slow down and just wait for these vehicles to pass to give yourself a chance to move over, so that way you do share the road. So be aware, stay, be kind, give the biker plenty of room, be safe for yourself, stay with us. We have lots more coming up. We're going to be talking to Joseph Gray, one of the athletes at the GoPro Mountain Games. Stay with us, you're not going to want to miss that.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
Oh no. all your car's Big O knows, there's always a Big O yes. Get up to $70 off select sets of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires, plus up to $120 in additional mail-in rebates when using your Big O card.
There are those who stand forever ready. Ready to defend the nation. Ready to fight for what matters. No matter what.
Let's go! Get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. Take a ride on the tram all the way to the Rocky Mountain top. It's awesome! Swing over the canyon, you'll swear you're gonna drop. Thrills, adventure, family fun. Get here just as fast as your car will run. Tons of fun here waiting for you at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. It's awesome!
Oh, baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out. Give me love.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly, sparkling water. Crack a smile.
You visit the mountains for a reason. You work hard, you play hard. You earn your turns. You want to stay active. That's where we come in. If you're the type of person who likes to visit the mountains to relax and play, then you're our type of person. We specialize in treating mountain injuries for mountain people. So if you want to get back to biking, skiing, and playing in beautiful Colorado, come see the surgeons mountain locals and visitors have trusted for over 30 years. Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang. TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Hey, welcome back to the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games coverage live from Solaris. And I'm here with Joseph Gray. You might recognize him from pretty much just dominating the 10K format when it comes to running here at the GoPro Mountain Games. Joseph, welcome to the show again. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. So,
yeah.
I'm glad to be back.
Let's talk about your history here at the GoPro Mountain Games. It's pretty extensive. When did you first start competing here?
Oh, man. That's going to make me look kind of old. But I think I came here right after grad school, so 2008. But yeah, so it's been a while. It was a real special race for me because it was kind of like my first pro-level mountain race right after college, and it was a rude awakening coming from sea level. I went to Oklahoma State, so sea level as you can get, and came here, and I think within the first mile I was like, wow, altitude is real. Like, you know, because I thought it was a myth. I was like, you know, it's not going to be that much harder. I was like, wow, it was a night and day difference. So, yeah, it was special. My mom was there. So, yeah, it was just a really cool way to start my mountain running career. And then, you know, I've been coming here since then. You know, I might have missed a few years in between when I was living in Washington State. And then, yeah, so it's been good the last 5 years. I've won it, the 10K 5 consecutive times. And then I've doubled a couple times in there and won Pepe's in the 10K, and then won the Vail Pass half when they used to have that in the 10K at the same time.
Can we just really quickly go back to you won Pepe's face off? Can we just discuss? I was just talking with Chris Anthony. He's a pro skier. He used to train on that hill as a pro skier.
But on that.
Right, yeah. Can we discuss what your strategy for running up a face that's basically like this?
Well, I can, you know, shout out to him though for being able to ski down that. Like that would be way too scary for me. But yeah, I mean the race it's like 30 minutes and you got to do laps, and so kind of my strategy going in was I was with Josiah, and you know, he's a beast at altitude, so I was kind of figured just kind of push him on the climbs because I know I'm probably a stronger climber than him, but at altitude, you know, it evens the game out, and so I was trying to be aggressive on the climbs, and you know, on the descent I was able to kind of open up a little bit, but and my lungs were hurting.
I can only imagine.
Some dust, so.
I bet. Now, when you typically come here to the GoPro Mountain Games, you have been doing a community run. And so tell us a little bit about that.
Really good friend of mine, Ella Miller. We've traveled together numerous times for the U.S. national team, for mountain running team, and she's working at Vail Athletic Club. But she kind of helped me set it up a couple years ago, and so typically what we do is my sponsors will kind of get behind me, and we'll provide free product for some of the people in attendance, and I'll lead them on a run around town or on the course if there's not any snow and stuff, and a lot of the locals sometimes will help out if I don't know where I'm going. So, but now I've been coming enough, so I know where to go.
That's so nice. Well, and you're a Colorado boy. You live in Colorado Springs now. So I was just joking with you. I was like, are you that guy that does the Manitou incline? And you've actually set a record there. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. So I use my GPS and try to, because you have to verify it. People always tell tall tales. And, I ran 10 minutes up. If you don't have any data, we really don't know if you did it or not. So I did it with some data.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, Joseph, this is quite the accomplishment. I'm so excited for everybody to be introduced to you because you are going to be competing in the 10K once again. Yep. And that is taking place when?
Sunday, 8 a.m.
Okay, Sunday, 8 a.m. So we got to make sure we're there at the starting line to cheer you on.
Yes.
And I just wanted to mention too, so you're wearing some Hoka gear, and as a very novice trail runner, my first pair of trail running shoes were Hokas, and I love them. Like they are so squishy and they feel so good on all the rocks. Is that why you wear them too?
I do like that aspect of them. They do have really good top of the line shoes, but the real reason I like Hoka is because they have a wide spectrum of shoes. So you can go from minimalist shoes to maximalist, technical shoes to more of a road type shoe. So they just kind of have everything. And for me, it was important since I kind of race across lots of different genres of distance running. So that's the main reason I like them.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, Joseph, there's not enough time. So really quickly, where can people find you online to find out more information about where you're going to be running all over the world? What's next for you?
They can go on my Twitter or my Instagram page. It's at Joe Jeezy, JoeGeezy, or the same Journey of Joe Jeezy on Facebook. So yeah, just check me out there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to your family for being here, too. Yep. And we are going to take a look at what's happening with that local weather forecast coming up next. Joseph, it looks like it's going to be beautiful and sunny for you.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be out there. Make sure to cheer this guy on tomorrow for the 10K.
All right. Thank you.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Beaver Creek Resort.
We have some beautiful sunny skies for the GoPro Mountain Games right now. It is going to warm up and be a gorgeous day today, and it is going to continue to be gorgeous all week long. So today we're going to warm up into about the mid-60s at the base of Vail Mountain here. Tomorrow we have a slight chance of rain, warming up to the mid-50s, about 55. Back into the 60s on Monday with a 15% chance of rain, and then mostly sunny skies Tuesday and Wednesday. 58 on Tuesday, 62 Wednesday. Then we start to have some clouds move back in towards the end of the week. So get out here, enjoy it. This weather was brought to you by Beaver Creek Resort Company. Stay with us. We're going to have a look at Eric's epic morning and what he's doing.
Epic Morning is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
My favorite part about the GoPro Mountain Games is just the wide range of events that it covers. And this morning, here at Golden Peak, or aka the Nature Valley Adventure Center, is where the fly fishing casting competition is going to be going on. And our very own Mark Sassy will be competing with this. Maybe we can see him behind. He's covered by people. He's wearing really bright orange pants though. So if you want to come see Mark Sassy, head on over to Golden Peak this morning, find the guy in the orange pants, and just cheer him on or heckle him, make him smile. He loves this stuff. So this morning they're going to be doing fly fish casting length. So they're going to have a competition on how far you can cast, as well as accuracy. So there's a small target, and they're going to want to try to land their fly on that target. This is probably one of the most viewer-friendly events outside of the climbing wall here at the Mountain Games. That's because they have a nice kind of grandstand area where you can kind of gather around the competitors. You can actually talk to them and cheer them on, and they'll be able to understand you, unlike the dock dogs, which you can get close to. Dogs don't know what you're saying. So that's what makes this fly fishing casting so great, and it's early in the morning. This is a great place to start your day. So head on over to Golden Peak this morning, cheer on Mark Sassy, and check out these great fly fishermen and fly fisher women over here. And thanks to Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery for sponsoring this epic morning. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Michelle is going to be speaking with one of the doctors from Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.
Only the best. Lion's Head Jewelry Fossil and Mineral Gallery, voted top 50 designer jewelry retailer in the country by JCK in 2009, featuring the largest collection of fine, designer, traditional, and contemporary jewelry. Lion's Head Jewelers, the most unique collection of decorative art in the Vail Valley. Lion's Head Jewelers, museum-quality collection of fossils, minerals, and meteorites dated 40 to 500 million years old. Lion's Head Jewelers, located in Lion's Head on the corner of the ice skating rink.
Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Hey, goodbye.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Is Cooper outside?
I don't know. Cooper? Here, boy!
If your life isn't always practical, your carpet should be. You can relax with Lee's with our pet-friendly, stylish, and durable Lee's carpets. Backed by the industry's only 25-year no-exclusion stain warranty.
Don't worry. Carpet One's got this covered.
Oh.
Find your new Lee's carpet in stock now. We can install right away.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us. The Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
I am here at Solaris in Vail with Dr. Dorff and Bonnie, his pretty little golden retriever here, and everything is starting to wake up here. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me a little bit more about Vail Summit Orthopedics' involvement with the GoPro Games.
So we have been a sponsor for the GoPro Games for as long as I can remember. Vail Summit Orthopedics has been here in the Valley for over 30 years. We're very excited about both the winter athletes and the summer athletes. We are here to support the Valley both from a sponsorship perspective, but also when athletes are getting injured or when our locals or guests are getting injured. So yeah, we've been here doing this for a long time, and we're very excited about having the GoPro Games here in the Valley again.
You know, everyone thinks, I would assume this is your busy time because everyone thinks of, injuries during ski season, but this is the time of year everyone gets them fixed, and then we roll into a whole new set of injuries with this type of year. What type of injuries do you see more often in the spring and summertime with people getting out on the mountain?
Sure, it's a great question, and it really comes down to this, is that we've got two different types of injuries. We've got your chronic injuries, your tendonitis, your rotator cuff tears, those sorts of things, and then you've got your acute injuries. You've got injuries where somebody falls down and breaks their wrist or breaks their ankle. Breaking your wrist, breaking your ankle, that's sort of the GoPro Games kind of injury.
Mm-hmm.
Wintertime, we see lots of tibias and femurs, more upper extremity injuries in the summertime. But maybe more even important, like you mentioned, people this time of year or in the spring are trying to get their chronic injuries fixed. And athletes like this have tons of chronic injuries, so people who are pushing themselves to the limit over the course of the winter, and just getting ready for the summer season. They're excited about their season. They start going into the season, they realize, oh my God, I've overdone it over the winter. So we're dealing with tendonitis and joint aches and pains, and we've got a lot of our local athletes who aren't necessarily in their 20s anymore, and they're still trying to push it. So we're very excited about taking care of that full spectrum of athletes. And I don't know if you noticed here, it says, pain happens, suffering is optional, and which I think is it's great. Pain is going to happen. People around here are all getting hurt. The suffering is optional, and what that really means is that people out here are willing to push themselves a little more than everybody else in the rest of the country, and so they want to put themselves through that little bit of suffer fest to get themselves to that next level. So that's our patient population.
Well, if you could have a frequent customer card, my husband would be a member. And one of the things that you guys do such a great job of for him is it's not just about getting it healed, it's about getting him back into doing what he loves to do. So it's not like it's healed and then, you can only ski groomers. You guys fix him so he can go ride hard, whether it's the summer or the winter. And I love that mentality with Vail Summit Orthopedics.
I think your husband is probably one of my typical patients, and that is one of the most difficult patients to deal with. I spent my entire week, this week was really funny, I spent an entire week talking to patients about, hey, you've got to just take it easy for a couple of weeks. Well, what can I do? Well, you can ride the bike, but you've got to ride it inside. Well, if I ride outside, can I ride outside a little bit? No, I just told you, you've got to ride inside for a couple of weeks, and then we'll let you start getting outside. So we love the athletes who really want to get back to that high level, but it makes it's challenging, and it's fun for us. That's one of my favorite parts of my job, is taking care of these high-level athletes who want to keep at a high level for a long time. So it's exciting. Your husband sounds like a great patient.
Yeah, he is a little hard to keep down on the couch, but just the mentality of treating an everyday person who's maybe not one of the professionals, but treating them like they are a professional athlete to get them back out there and enjoying what they're doing. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Dorr.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. GoPro Games. Here we go.
Thank you. We're going to take a look over at Keystone.
This weather report is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. 3 villages, hundreds of brands, one great Rocky Mountain location.
You're looking at a live shot from Keystone Lake this morning over in Summit County. That's also where you'll find the outlets at Silverthorne. You take the same exit to get to both, right at exit 205, and the outlets are going to be opening up at 10 a.m. this morning, so you can head on over there and do some shopping. And right now they have some sweet Father's Day deals going on at Pearl Izumi, and also over at the Polo Ralph Lauren factory store. At the Polo store, men's apparel 50% off right now. So Father's Day is coming up on the 16th. Now, looking at what's going on with our mid-mountain conditions for all of those competitors out here at the GoPro Mountain Games, our temperatures are going to be in the 50s, so it is going to be a little bit cooler than you might expect, especially in other parts of the country if they're going to be, out there doing some running or some biking. So there's going to be a little bit of a chill in the air, but so good, especially when you are working up a sweat. Now, we do have a chance of seeing some moisture later on this afternoon, about a 40% chance, so just be aware of that. Bring that rain jacket with you. Head on over to the outlets, pick yourself up a rain jacket and get it at a great price. And then looking ahead in our forecast, we have mostly sunny skies really on the way for the next several days, and temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s, and we'll be looking at, again, just a chance of moisture in the afternoon. That's pretty typical this time of year, and it's all brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Let us put you in the spirits.
If you want great customer service and amazing shopping experience, and we'll even hop in the truck and deliver your goods, then stick with the locals' favorite. Come on down to Avon Liquor.
And let us put you in the spirits.
The electric vehicle market is booming in the automotive industry, and that's why I'm excited to have Brian Hannigan from Holy Cross Energy here to tell us a bit about a new program you guys have to help increase adoption rates.
Thanks. Our Charge at Home, Charge at Work programs introduced last month
provide access to electric vehicle chargers for our members at their homes or in their workplaces to help them use electric vehicles and take advantage of the technology that it provides. Our chargers are free, they're covered by rebates, and we'll work with electricians to help get them installed. We'll cover the installation, the warranty, and the maintenance over a 3-year period, all that in exchange for a flat monthly rate that appears on the members' bills. So it's a great program.
Just easily subsidized over 3 years, so essentially free chargers.
Free chargers, yeah. And so all they need to do is visit our website and start the process there.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it. Check into Holy Cross Energy's website, adopt an electric vehicle, and help saving the planet one car at a time.
My name is Eric Jackson, 4-time kayaking world champion. Welcome to my next adventure here along the Caney Fork River in Rock Island, Tennessee. The WSD F30 features wearable maps in full color display. I can download these maps to navigate offline in any environment or create a track log along the routes that I choose to explore. The Casio ProTrek WSD F30 smartwatch is the perfect companion when the time calls for outdoor adventure technology.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
GoPro Mountain Games are all about adventuring in the outdoors and really enjoying our wilderness and our mountains. And I'm here with Colorado Teardrop Campers, probably the most chic and environmentally friendly and best way to enjoy the outdoors in comfort. And I'm here with David Elliott. How are you doing this morning, David?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting us to speak with you this morning. This product, it's so unique and it's just so cool. I want to get into this. These campers have just been exploding lately.
They have. They're a very trendy camper trailer that is really all about simplicity. So it's if you're like me, I used to have to pack all my gear on a Thursday night after working all night, and I was exhausted by 12 o'clock at night.
You had like 40 different Tupperware bins.
Yeah, and I never got it quite right. So anyways, I realized, actually our owner realized there was a much easier way to do this, and that's with a teardrop. Basically, all you really need in the morning is, or when you head out, is your clothing and your cooler of soft drinks and beer. So yeah, it's all about simplicity, and simplicity equals utility. We're based out of Boulder, Colorado. We have a showroom there, and we build our trailers for longevity. So we're looking at multiple generations of ownership through the family. So our goal is to make sure that everyone in the family actually gets some usage out of that product. So it's all about simplicity.
And the craftsmanship is so impressive. Just looking in this back kitchen area, the woodwork looks fabulous. It just looks great, and it's segmented from the living area too, which is the first thing that I noticed.
Yeah, so we just like the old style chuck wagons, you cook out of the back. Warren Miller made this famous by going to Sun Valley, Idaho, in a teardrop, and obviously you know his fame. But this has the beetle kill pine, this one is owned by the wonderful Wingo family, and we're renting it back from him just to show the product. But his mom did a wonderful job on setting these up, but we can make it custom to however you'd like it. But essentially, you're no longer having to cook off the ground. You basically, everything's at elbow length. Here they put up magnets for all the utensils. They got magnetized spices over here, your paper toweling, all your cooking gear. You can put up a stove right there. We even have a way to put a kitchen sink on the back of that, and a propane stove and propane hot water shower. So you can wash off your dishes right there, or just simply take a shower.
Or just take a shower if you're a kayaker coming out of the river cold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so...
and it's cheaper than buying an apartment, so...
Absolutely. Well, yeah, again, the whole thing is about convenience and getting out there. Some people's concept of camping is not a 40-foot RV pulling up and turning on a generator. They'd like to get out in the outback, and again, on a Friday afternoon, if you're thinking about maybe going out and the weather's looking good, you can basically say, hey, where's some BLM land? In Vail area, there's lots of BLM land around here, so you can basically just head out. It doesn't take much. Just grab your cooler, grab your clothing, and head out. And that's the whole simplicity of, you know, all your stuff being in one little spot.
Yeah. And let's walk around here. Let's take a peek at the living quarters, because that's pretty impressive too.
Yeah, so
there's some bunk beds in there.
Yeah, so we this one is our larger cabin. We make 2 cabin sizes. So this one will sleep a family of 4 with 2 adults on this queen size mattress, and this is 60 inches by 78 inches. We can even extend it for those folks that are 6'6" to give them additional headroom. But basically, you know, your kids can sleep up here. It's bear safe, it's windproof, it's waterproof, it's soundproof for all intensive purposes. And that actually folds down. So that top bunk actually folds down into what we call happy hour mode. And so basically underneath this mattress is 5 inches of square storage space, and you basically take the pole and the table out of those 2 areas, and then there's additional storage space all the way back. But basically you can just easily pop up that table in case the weather gets a little bit iffy, right?
Yeah.
Or windy.
Or when it's just time for dinner, or happy hour.
Exactly, yeah. So this one has the Rhino Rack bat wing. I don't have it open now, but basically this will actually go all the way around, all the way over to here. And so that gives you additional wind protection and rain protection. So some people are like, well, how, you know, what happens if it rains? Well, that Rhino, that Batwing Rhino awning will actually come all the way over to here. But back on the construction, we build everything with aluminum is our outer structure. So we do welded aluminum. We probably have 500 welds of aluminum here. So if you do a shot on the rack up there, that'll give you an example of the aluminum that we use. And then it's sitting on a solid steel base. And we do not allow the actual metals to touch, because you do not allow dissimilar metals to actually touch each other. That's a no-no in the manufacturing world. So we know that we're building these to last generations of longevity. So yeah, what else? So, you know, you can customize these. You can actually get 3 drawers here. Essentially, what we suggest to our customers: get your camping gear put together and tell us how big your stove is, how big your cooler is. In this one, we also have they have some water tanks over here. As you can see, we have the add-on tanks, and we'll bolt on anything for you at no charge. So,
well, this is so impressive, David. Real quick before we go here, where can people find out more information about Colorado Teardrops?
So go to coloradoteardrops.com or come see us in our showroom. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. We're right in Boulder, Colorado on 55th and Arapahoe. And we'd love to come show you how we build these.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. The most impressive camper I have ever seen. You're definitely going to want to check out Colorado Teardrops. Just make your camping life more comfortable and easier. And stick around, we've got more Good Morning Vail live from the Mountain Games coming up next.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
Oh no. For all your car's big O no's, there's always a big O yes. Get up to $70 off select sets of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires, plus up to $120 in additional mail-in rebates when using your Big O card.
Hi, I'm Dan Saline, owner of Carrots Jewelers, located on East Meadow Drive in Vail Village. I've been a custom jeweler in Vail for more than 38 years. At Carrots, our passion is designing exclusive custom jewelry that features one-of-a-kind designs. Stop in and visit Carrots, a working studio gallery of fine art jewelry. To learn more about our custom designs, call 970-476-4760 or visit our website, carrotsvail.com.
This weather report is brought to you by TV8, streaming live on Facebook. Follow TV8 Vail for mountain reports, event coverage, live interviews, and more.
It is beautiful here this morning in Solaris. The sun is out, and it is going to be a great day to get outside and come enjoy the GoPro Mountain Games. We're going to warm up today to about 64 degrees here at the base of Vail. The sun is going to be out. There is a very slight chance of showers later today, but overall it is going to absolutely be beautiful today, and it is going to continue to be beautiful over the next couple days. We're going to warm up to 55 degrees tomorrow, heading up to 61 degrees on Monday, 58 on Tuesday, and continuing to warm up on Wednesday, 62, with some clouds moving in for the weekend coming in on Thursday. So stay with us. We're going to be talking to Tyler from Casio next.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Hey everyone, this is Tyler Stanulonis. He is from Casio. ProTrek Smart is the coolest, newest, greatest product for all outdoor enthusiasts, right?
That is what we were going for sure. Casio sort of always had its own DNA when it goes to developing new products, and the fact that the smartwatch space has been a thing that everybody's getting into but doesn't really have their own space, we decided the outdoor space was perfect, as ProTrek's always been there. So we took a lot of that DNA and built it into different sensor technology that we've offered, GPS technology, full color map navigation. So there's a lot of different stuff that's going on.
There's a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of different styles and colors, and really, you know, no matter what it is that you're looking to do outside, these watches can be kind of like your best adventure partner, really.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you're somebody who's an avid hiker and you want to be able to track your elevation, there's a built-in altimeter. If you want to make sure that you stay out of the weather, there's a built-in barometric pressure meter. You got sunset, sunrise data, high tide, low tide. So you're getting a lot of different sensors that are going to be able to benefit you. If you know when we get to 5,000 feet, we where we want to stop. You want to get to 10,000 feet, that's where we're going to stop. You can track all of it directly through the watch itself.
That's really, really cool. And so you have a couple of different colors. So you're wearing the blue. I like that one a lot. And then you can see like there's a couple different options.
Yep, so we got orange, black, and blue. All three are currently available at the booth for sale. So anybody that wants to come by, check out a demo, learn how the GPS works, the offline map capabilities, how to use the sensor technology, we'd be more than happy to walk you through a demo and show you how it works.
That's awesome. I love the offline map capabilities. I think that that's so important, especially for a lot of us out here in Colorado. There's so many times when it's like, where's the cell service? You know?
Absolutely. And the one thing you don't want to always have to be is tethered to your phone.
Right.
So the ability to be able to download a couple of maps to it directly, go out in the field, be completely disconnected, but still have those references that you can use. There's no other watch company that's doing that currently.
No, love that. And then, you know, on top of it, of course, you have these options, but I was checking out some of the ladies' options too. There is a really nice pink one that I was scoping out that's also solar powered.
Yes, so some of our ProTrek line does have solar rechargeable batteries. So in terms of having to do a battery replacement, you're looking at 7 or 10 years instead of having to go back every couple of years and have a new battery done. And then it's reliable. You don't have to worry about, oops, I'm out and all of a sudden my watch is dead. Powered by the sun gives you a major advantage over other things.
That's huge. Now, something else that I noticed, of course, you know, being here at the GoPro Mountain Games, one of the biggest names that you're going to find is Eric Jackson, EJ, Mr. I started Jackson Kayaks and had like the most incredible story ever. But I know that he is a huge fan of
yes.
these watches.
I mean, pretty much anytime you see him paddling out in the boat, there's a ProTrek watch on his wrist. And we were fortunate enough to be able to secure Eric to come at the booth today. So we'll be having a meet and greet and signing at 12 o'clock today at the ProTrek booth by Solaris. So anybody that wants to come down and meet Eric himself and come get an autograph, more than welcome. We'd love to have you.
I mean, that's kind of like two of the best things you could do at GoPro Mountain Games. First of all, check out new technology that's going to help you out with your adventures. But then second of all, meet one of the greatest whitewater athletes of all time. I mean, this guy is legendary.
4-time world champion, Olympian. You know, when you can start a company out of that it's really based on someone who's integrated in the sport and has a huge passion for it. It's great to have somebody like that as a member of our ProTrek family, and excited to meet him and have him come out to the booth today.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we can come and we can do some shopping at the booth. And then also if people want to maybe, I don't know, order some things online or maybe get some Christmas gifts going already, where do you send them for more information?
So you can go to protrek.casio.com to get any additional information on our watches, and you can also order directly from there or at the booth if you happen to be at the games. And if you'd be more comfortable ordering by phone, you can contact our flagship store at 212-533-8701, and they can help you out with anything you need.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out this morning and sharing with us. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back with more Good Morning Vail live from the GoPro Mountain Games.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
You work hard for your weekend, so make the most of it through Bustang, a service designed by CDOT to change the way you move. Bustang delivers passengers to destinations throughout the state, 7 days a week. So whether you want to spend your Saturday touring a brewery in Fort Collins, seeing friends in Colorado Springs, or climbing a peak near Vail, you only need to grab the reins and go. Weekend service is now available on all routes.
This weather report is brought to you by Supergoop, the official sunscreen of Vail Resorts. Enjoy the day, but first, sunscreen.
Well, you've got 2 more days to access Breckenridge and get your skiing and snowboarding in, and then the gondola in Lion's Head here in Vail, Eagle Bond, is officially running. So let's take a look at your resort forecast. You're right around the mid-50s for both Vail and Breckenridge today at mid-mountain. Very comfortable temperatures, very comfortable conditions for your Saturday here at the GoPro Mountain Games in Vail, or if you just want to get those last little bit of skiing and snowboarding in, it's going to be gorgeous days. Maybe a little chance of afternoon rain, but that moisture and precipitation happened in the early morning hours, so I think that means we're going to have clear skies and perfect conditions for the remainder of your Saturday. And thanks to Supergoop for sponsoring this weather. Coming up next, a whole other hour of fun here at the GoPro Mountain Games.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning. We are in Solaris, Vail, where the GoPro Mountain Games are kicking off. I am with Julie, one of our vendors here, and she is the creator and inventor of Pack'ems. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on your show today.
Oh, it's great. So tell me a little bit about the Packums and how you came up with them.
Yes, well, I was an employment lawyer for 18 years and decided to change my career. So I was skiing in Cortina, Italy, sitting on top of a mountain, having a cocktail in very uncomfortable ski boots. And I turned to a friend and said, I wish I had some packable shoes with me. And that was about 8 years ago. So that was the beginning of Packums.
And you know, the only thing that's bad about TV is you don't get to feel how soft these are. And there's nothing worse than sitting around in a pair of performance shoes, boots, like ski boots, and then not having something to switch into.
I know, we have been called the ultimate solution shoe because there's so much activity footwear that's so uncomfortable. You have bike cleats. When you're hiking, getting out of your hiking boots at the end of the day, we're really known as that after sports shoe. We are comfortable. We are faux fur lined and just super packable. And that makes them easy to carry with you when you're on your activity, so you have something to slip into at the end of the day. And people love them for camping, so we have new models that are lows, and they can be worn as a slide, so just super comfy.
That's great for kids too.
Yes, exactly. And they have a draw cord on the heel, so it makes them so they can pack together.
And the other thing that you guys can't see through the TV is these are so light. So lots of times when I put a bunch of stuff in my kids' pack and we go out, they're complaining that it's heavy. I don't think they would even notice I slipped these in their pack. They're so light and they compact. And I love the fact for the kids' ones that you can sort of create your own there.
You can. They come with markers. It's called the Bodhi version after my son. And he was coloring on his shoes one day and said, Mom, what do you think? I'm like, dude, those are awesome. So we now have shoes you can color on. They come with these markers. They come white and black, and then kids can make them their own.
I love that because all my kids love to do that. They love to make something like that their own. Now, tell me, do these come in like a full range men's sizes to how small? What can I find with Packums?
Yeah, so they do come in whole sizes. We have men's, women's, and children. And what also is great is they're waterproof. So perfect solution for walking in the snow. Our adult versions also come with pockets. So you can put cash, credit cards, your room key in them. So I'm a girl who hates to carry a purse, so it's perfect.
I love that.
Thanks. And they also come with bags. So they have their own carry bags with compression straps so they can really pack down easily.
I like that too. And that's really green because so many people take just the trash bag and they wrap their shoes and put it in their suitcase. And this is really nice because it's that nice reusable bag and it keeps it green and environmental so you're not using all that plastic. So if I'm walking around at the GoPro Mountain Games, can I buy a pair here? Like, can I find you somewhere here?
You sure can. We're in front of Peppy Sports and come find us. And we're also doing a special. If you go to our website, packums.com, you can put in Vail and get 40% off of our shoes.
Oh, I love that. And just a question, if GoPro games are over, are there any of the shops up here I can find them in too?
You can. Peppy's is selling them. So stop by Peppy's.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And, talking about the new summer shoe with Packums, we're going to take a look at some of the other summery stuff you can do, and we're going to have a short break and check the weather.
Hi everybody, I'm Mark Sassy. I'm a TV host for Good Morning Vail and TV8. And when I'm not talking about the outdoors, I'm in the middle of the outdoors. I spend my free time on the rivers fly fishing.
Lion's Head Jewelers. A mainstay of Lion's Head Village for more than a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery is home to the largest selection of one-of-a-kind designer jewelry in the Vail Valley. Come see our breathtaking array of museum-quality fossils, meteorites, and collectible minerals. Explore Lion's Head Jewelers. Spend an afternoon with us. You'll come in as a customer and leave as a friend.
Coyote Cafe is a Beaver Creek staple for its vibrant atmosphere, killer Mexican cuisine, including our new taqueria menu, and inventive scratch-made cocktails, craft beers, and signature margaritas. Catch live music on the patio, snag great après specials, watch the game on our big screen, or join the Mug Club. And make the Yodi, as the locals like to call it, your next stop for lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week.
Have you ever felt rug love? Shop at Rugs Benedict and find the rug you love for any room in your home. Our selection of imported, handmade rugs is unmatched, with over 1,000 beautiful area rugs in stock. You can find rugs to fit any room at any budget. Rugs Benedict in Avon has been serving the Vail Valley since 1972. Finding beautiful new area rugs has never been this easy and affordable. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know rugs.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Hey, goodbye.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Part of travel is the journey, and it's not only about where you're going, but how you get to your destination. With over 35 years of experience, Epic Mountain Express is the best way to begin your trip to the Rockies. Enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi and relax in the comfort of our shuttles and SUVs. With service out of Denver International and Eagle County Airport, trust our professional drivers to get you there in confidence and comfort. Start off your trip right with Epic Mountain Express.
This weather report is brought to you by Triumph Mountain Properties, luxury vacation rentals and residential property management in the Vail Valley.
You're looking at a live shot from the covered bridge in Vail Village this morning. Off in the distance, you can see Pepe's Face. That's where Pepe's Face Off will be taking place tomorrow. That is the running race where our Ultimate Mountain Challenge competitors all have to compete in that event. That's going to be taking place, I believe, at 11:30 tomorrow, and they have to run up that face as many times as they can in 30 minutes. I commend them for even attempting that challenge. But today, and also tomorrow, we're looking at a lot of sunshine in the forecast, so things should be looking really good for all of our competitions taking place at the GoPro Mountain Games. And our temperatures at the base of Vail Mountain will be in the 60s today. We do have a 40% chance of seeing some thunderstorms later on, so it's a good idea that you have a waterproof layer that you just keep with you throughout the day. It's kind of the summer uniform here in the mountains. You just want to throw it in your backpack and just keep it handy. You know, never can go wrong having an extra layer. And then tonight our sunset will be after 8:30, so there's going to be plenty of hours of daylight to get out to enjoy everything the GoPro Mountain Games has to offer, plus the free live music that's going to be kicking off at 7:15 tonight at the Gerald Ford Amphitheater. Again, that's totally free to come and spectate. Now, if you're going to be traveling to get here to Vail to enjoy the GoPro Mountain Games along the valley floor today, temperatures will be in the 70s and maybe even in the 60s in some spots if you're going to be kind of calling Avon home base. And down along the Front Range, they're looking at a good chance of moisture as well. Going to be a little bit warmer down there the further east that you go. And our extended forecast, more sunshine on the way. Temperatures kind of hovering between the upper 50s and low 60s, so it's really going to be comfortable, especially if you're going to be getting after it and maybe participating in some of the outdoor events here in Vail. So when you're, working up that sweat, it's going to be nice and cool, and just what we love about living here in the mountains, right? And it's all brought to you by Triumph Mountain Properties. If you are looking for the best place to stay while you're in town, maybe you got some accommodations and you're not exactly thrilled with them, give Triumph a call. They have been doing what they've been doing for years and years and years, and there's a reason why. It's because they are excellent at what they do, and they have some beautiful properties that you could be staying in next time you're in town. All right, up next we have your book report, so stay with us.
Hey, so I wanted to talk to you about the Eagle Valley Library District's Spark Studio. Now, this is normally at the Eagle Library, but due to the construction, they have moved it over to the Gypsum Library for the summer. So this space is really fun for kids and adults of all ages, although you have to be 5 or older. So 5 through 14, you have to have an adult present with you. 15 through 17, you can go in there on your own after your parents have signed a liability release. But it is really cool. So they have a virtual reality machine in there. They have a 3D printing. So the whole concept of this is learn by doing. And it's so you can get in there, get really hands-on. They have a professional camcorder, photo printing. So they have all sorts of really, really fun stuff. And the really cool part about all of this is it's free. So they do encourage you to make a reservation because it is really popular. You do have to pay for the materials that you use if you're going to use the 3D printer or if you're going to use some of the photo printers. But a really fun thing to do for yourself, just for fun, to check out a new place with the virtual reality, or a fun thing to do on the weekend with your kids. So go check it out. Stay with us. We'll be right back after a short break with Christy Sports.
Cancer is the ugliest disease mankind has ever faced. We got the idea that if we took two-dimensional patient imaging and put it in holographic displays, we could dissect around the tumor so we can safely remove it. When we first started, we felt like this might just not be possible. But Horizon 5G ultra-wideband will give us the ability to do this.
You visit the mountains for a reason. You work hard, you play hard, you earn your turns. You want to stay active. That's where we come in. If you're the type of person who likes to visit the mountains to relax and play, then you're our type of person. We specialize in treating mountain injuries for mountain people. So if you want to get back to biking, skiing, and playing in beautiful Colorado, come see the surgeons mountain locals and visitors have trusted for over 30 years. Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. 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 God.
Oh no. For all your car's big O no's, there's always a big O yes. Get up to $70 off select sets of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires, plus up to $120 in additional mail-in rebates when using your Big O card.
You work hard for your weekend, so make the most of it through Bustang, a service designed by CDOT to change the way you move. Bustang delivers passengers to destinations throughout the state, 7 days a week. So whether you want to spend your Saturday touring a brewery in Fort Collins, seeing friends in Colorado Springs, or climbing a peak near Vail, you only need to grab the reins and go. Weekend service is now available on all routes.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Bustang.
Well, all winter long, we've been talking with the gear experts at Christy Sports, and now that we are here at the GoPro Mountain Games, the official kickoff of summer, it's time to start thinking about summer gear. And hey, guess what? Christy Sports, also the gear experts of summer. How are you doing this morning?
Not too bad, yeah. We're all changed over to summer stuff. We've got a bunch of bikes, retail bikes up here in Vail. Right now our West Vail location is unfortunately having a remodel. It should be up right at the beginning of July 4th. We're trying to get it wrapped up and everything, but that's generally our retail store for our bicycles. But we got a bunch of retail and rental bicycles up here in Vail Village. We've got some e-bikes, we've got kids bikes, hardtails, softtails, downhill mountain bikes, full suspensions, anywhere from about 15 bucks an hour on up to about 35, 40 bucks an hour on rentals.
And these are premium bikes too. They're in great shape.
Oh yeah, our mechanics go through them. They're Trek. Our full suspensions start at a Fuel 5.0. We've got some Scott Geniuses, which are more of an enduro style bicycle from Scott Bikes. And then all our junior stuff are truck bikes. We got 16 inches, we got 20, we got 24-inch wheels for these kids. So we can do the whole full gambit of a couple, generations of a family. And we also got those e-bikes. The e-bikes are awesome. Everybody's loving them.
Yeah, that's a fairly recent development, especially in the mountain biking community, but I tell you, it just makes things so much easier.
Oh, it does. It takes the herd out of the hills. That's the way I like to look at it,
Anything that has good alliteration, I'm all about.
Well, that, and for the parents or the mom that's up here with the kids during the weekend, we can hook up those tag-alongs to them. We can hook up those trailers as well. So if you got that extra weight behind the bike, we can make it that much easier for you.
Yeah, instead of having to go up Vail Pass in a van and ride down, you can rent these e-bikes and actually experience the full ride for yourself.
Yeah, all our e-bikes have, they're pedal assist, but they all have 4 different levels of power output. We always suggest if you're going to go up on Vail Pass, put it in the high zone, and if you're still looking for that little bit of a workout, just drop it to eco or just turn it off. It's that simple. You got 10 gears on these bikes, but they are a hoot.
And once the West Vail remodel is completed, the majority of the bike retail sales there, rentals out of Vail Village. But I also want to mention, you guys have some great accessories and clothes.
Oh gosh, we just got a ton of bike stuff in. We've got Pearl Azumi. We've got Club Ride. This is really fancy, nice stuff. It's biking gear that doesn't look like biking gear. It looks like a regular dress shirt or a sports shirt you'd wear in the summertime. But it's got the light pocket in the back. It's got the zips. It's got the great materials that make it quick wicking and everything. And we got definitely sunscreen. Guys, we got sunscreen. We got sunglasses. It's been bright this last week. So we want you to make sure you're protected out there. We are a little closer to the sun.
Yeah, I didn't put on any yesterday and was wearing a tank top, and I got a little bit of red mark on the chest now, so I should have stopped in at Christie Sports.
Yes, you should have. We got a ton of it there. What I don't want to forget to mention is we've got tons of sales stuff on winter gear. We've got skis, we've got boots, we've got poles, we've got a ton of soft goods in our store. We've got all the major brands. We've got Spyder, Helly Hansen, Descent, we've got Arc'teryx in there. You name the major brands, we've got them in there, and there's some great pricing on that gear right now.
Yeah, I'm sure around the 40% off, maybe some more?
Yeah, it depends on the brand.
Okay.
It's up to 40% off. The skis are right around 35 to 40% off. Bindings, the tour bindings are going fast at the prices that we got in there right now.
It sounds like you have everything at this Vail Village location. Where's some other Christie Sports around the valley for people?
Okay, we got one up in Beaver Creek, up in the village. Then we got one in Maintown, Avon. And then we got our West Vail location next to McDonald's. And then our Vail location is located at the top of Bridge Street, right up there by the fountain, right by the Centennial lift.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
No.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Definitely stop by one of the Christie Sports locations. And as you're cruising around here at the GoPro Mountain Games, remember at the top of Bridge Street, that's where you can find Christie Sports. They're the best for sunscreen, winter gear, summer gear, anything you're looking for. And stick around. We've got more fun from the Mountain Games here on Good Morning Vail coming right up.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Oakley, the official eyewear, goggle, and helmet sponsor of Vail Resorts.
Now we're going to take you to the land of watches.
It is a beautiful day right now here in Solaris. The sun is out full blast. We are warming up to about 64 degrees today. There is that slight chance of a shower later on, possibly passing through, but it should only be enough to cool it off just a little bit after you've been outside getting hot, enjoying all the fun spectator events or competing in some of the events around here. This Solaris Plaza is going to be heating up as the slack line epicenter for everything that is going to be happening with the slack lines today. They're going to be having their expos and yoga, all sorts of cool stuff on the slack lines this afternoon. It is going to cool off a little bit tonight. We're going to drop down to the low 30s here in Solaris, but overall very slight chance of showers tonight, and then it is going to continue to be a beautiful, beautiful week ahead. We are looking at temperatures into the upper 50s tomorrow, and then moving into Monday, Tuesday, we're looking at temperatures of 61 on Monday, 58 on Tuesday. A few clouds moving in towards the end of the week, but overall a great week ahead. So stay with us. We're going to have a look at an epic morning this morning on such a beautiful morning.
Epic Morning is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
Well, if you're visiting Vail for the GoPro Mountain Games, maybe you've explored the LL Bean Gear Town, you've seen the Nature Valley Adventure Center over at the base of Golden Peak, and you've even checked out Dock Dogs in Lion's Head. Maybe it's time to explore Vail Mountain. Well, as you may have noticed by looking at Vail, there is still a significant amount of snow on Vail Mountain, and despite the fact that the Eagle Bond Gondola is currently running, a lot of those upper elevation trails are currently closed right now, so I kind of wanted to give you guys an update on what the mountain biking and hiking trails available to you are on Vail Mountain, and the focus really is on those lower elevation trails. So my absolute favorite hiking trail in Vail is open though, and that one is Strawberry Lane. That starts from Vail, essentially wraps you over to Lion's Head. It's about 2 mile long trail. It's really fun. There's a big steep elevation gain at the beginning, and then it flattens out, and it's a really mellow trail. And also Lower Berry Picker is open, and that one is accessed out of Lion's Head. Now this trail is very, very steep. It just immediately bucks up, and it's like climbing up a steep set of stairs. So if you want a mellower climb or hike, start yourself in Vail Village and just take Strawberry Lane to Lion's Head. Now as far as biking is concerned, biking, again, all the lower trails, you've got Onza Alley for the extremists, and then Hank's Hideaway and Son of Simba. So great trails. And coming up next, we've got more Good Morning Vail live from the Mountain Games.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Engel & Volkers is committed to providing the highest level of service to buyers and sellers in the Vail Valley. With decades of experience marketing Vail Valley properties, we are backed by a global company with over 800 offices and 10,000 agents worldwide. This extensive international network offers unparalleled national and international exposure for our most exclusive listings. To learn more, stop by our Vail Village or Beaver Creek offices and meet with one of our exceptional advisors.
Na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Hey, goodbye.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly, sparkling water. Crack a smile.
The extraordinary is a promise only Beaver Creek can deliver. The extraordinary is filled with infinite ways to spend your time together, where thoughtful details create a place for you to truly belong. And one-of-a-kind experiences are shared together. Beaver Creek. Belong in the extraordinary.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
During GoPro Mountain Games, it is your perfect excuse to stop on in to Betteridge Fine Jewelers. I'm here with Lance Frey, and Lance, This is really exciting because I think a lot of people see the storefront of Betteridge right in Solaris, but they don't realize how huge it is.
Very much so. The storefront is a very small storefront, but then it has this kind of pie effect and it opens up, as you can see. So there's a lot to see here. I mean, just our windows is just a taste and tease of it, but once you're in, you can really kind of see what Betteridge is all about. So it's pretty incredible, I think, in this room.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, there's a lot of history behind the name Betteridge.
We have been around since 1897, so that is a pretty proud number, I think. We started in 1897 in New York City. In the early 1900s, migrated to Greenwich, Connecticut, to the suburbs. The Betteridge family is still there running the business. We have 4 stores, Greenwich, Connecticut, Palm Beach, Aspen, and of course, here we are in Vail, and of course, which is my favorite location and my favorite store.
I completely agree with you on that. And just some of the products that you're going to find in the store. Can we just look at all of these beautiful, shiny things?
So Betteridge does a fantastic job with diamonds, estate pieces, and this is a really nice mix as you're looking here of new pieces of jewelry. There's some estate pieces. The one that you're looking at now is a Van Cleef and Arpels, that necklace. That is a pre-owned estate piece. But we also have some brand new diamonds that we just added to the case, honestly, for the season. So some really incredible pieces in here. We have a huge designer collection as well from Palmrelli, Palmolato, Davidor, several different jewelry collections that make the room really quite fun and nice and interesting to look at. So.
Oh, I am definitely interested. Now, for Father's Day, it's coming up. Come with us. Come. Yes, let's take a look. So back here, this is the land of all of the watches.
This is the watch world that we have here, and this is a pretty incredible little bubble that we have here in Vail, because what you're looking at is an incredible line collection of watches. We have Rolex, we have
This weather report is brought to you by Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. Elevate your adventure this summer at America's only mountaintop theme park.
Tons of fun to be found at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park, which is where we're looking right now. That is just located just about an hour west of Vail in Glenwood Springs. They've got a roller coaster on top of a cliff, so if you haven't had enough excitement here in Vail at the GoPro Mountain Games, head on down to Glenwood Springs, check out Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park, and look at your weather forecast for the day for your 2019 GoPro Mountain Games. Starting off around 46 degrees at 8 a.m., but boy, it feels so great in the sunshine. Feels even warmer than that in the sunshine, getting as high as 64 degrees later on this afternoon. And for those of you counting along at home, yes, that is indeed a palindrome of weather. That's good stuff. Moving ahead to the overnight lows this evening, just about a low of 34 degrees, a little cooler than what we experienced last evening, and just a chance of precipitation. And now if you are traveling from Denver up to Vail for the Mountain Games, looking at the I-70 corridor now, Denver in the low 80s, potential for some thunderstorms. Vail and Avon, upper 60s to lower 70s, and finally 75 further west of us in Eagle. And now looking ahead to that 5-day forecast, we'll get one more day of the GoPro Mountain Games tomorrow. It's looking a little cooler than what we had initially expected. A little cold front's going to be moving in, high of 58 tomorrow. Things kind of level off throughout the course of the week. But what I love to see about this long-term forecast is that very low chance of precipitation. So even though the air temp kind of drops, the sun is so warm and intense up here, it's going to be very, very comfortable for the next week as we kind of tail out of the GoPro Mountain Games and that kickoff of summer here in Vail. Plenty more fun to be had here at the Mountain Games for your Saturday. Just a bit more Good Morning Vail left. And thanks to Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park for sponsoring this weather. Coming up next, we've got more TV8's Good Morning Vail.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Mustang.
Back inside the land of Betteridge. This is one of my favorite places in Vail, and I'm here with one of my favorite people. This is Lance Fry. Oh, it's so true, though. We love all things Betteridge. And so we were talking about Father's Day ideas, and you have a watch for everyone.
We have a watch for everyone. We have an incredible selection of watches, really some of the one of the places in the Colorado or in the surrounding area that you can get these. We have incredible timepieces from Cartier right here, which we are really loaded heavily, quite nice with all of the new collection that Cartier is making, including some of the new Santos that we have in the back of the case, the Santos Dumont, brand new actually in the past, I think, 2 weeks. So this is the first time we're seeing any of these timepieces that were just launched in the past 8 weeks over in Switzerland. So those are brand new to us and exciting to see.
Oh, definitely exciting to see. And so Cartier is just one of the brands when it comes to watches. Then as we kind of head to the back of the store, F.P. Journe, tell us about this brand.
F.P. Journe, we are incredibly lucky to have something like this in store because worldwide, F.P. Journe, who actually happens to be the gentleman is alive and the creator of this, was just kind of a rare thing. He makes roughly about 750 to 1,000 pieces worldwide a year. So these are extremely limited. Some of these pieces that you're looking at are one of 15 worldwide. So again, we're so fortunate and lucky to have this collection here tucked away in Vail, and really some of the most beautiful handmade timepieces. And a really fine collection we have right now.
Now this is something right here, this bar setup. This is not your average bar, Lance.
This is not your average bar. This is a very cool, unique, fun bar, one of one in the U.S. This is something that the owner of the company worked with Patek Philippe to develop. And it's a case. This is our Patek Philippe case, full of watches, beautiful timepieces, as well as cufflinks. But the great thing is you can sit here, have a glass of wine, have an espresso, have a beer, come in, kind of relax, get away from the heat, get away from the cold, away from the winter, and really kind of take some time to enjoy looking at pieces. And it's just a very relaxing atmosphere, very kind of fun and unique and very Vail.
Very Vail, exactly. And so when you come into Betteridge, not only are you going to have a great opportunity to relax and just enjoy and shop, but also you're going to, rest assured, be able to find something that you can pass down for generations to come. What are your hours?
We are open 10:30 to 5:30, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay, so today is your day to come on in.
We're
do
here.
Some shopping. Come say hi to Lance. You're going to be so glad that you did. We will be back with more live coverage here from the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games and Betteridge. It's so good.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Hey, goodbye.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
49 degrees, 365 days a year. This is the wine cellar at Beaver Liquors. I've got David Courtney, the owner. Thanks for taking us downstairs today and showing us this amazing space. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this space is actually 15 feet underground, and it's about 3,000 square feet. So when we're pumping, we have 1,700 different wines, but typically between 1,300 and 1,500 from everywhere that you can imagine. So the nice thing about this being underground is it stays temperate. So like you just said, hey, we're right now when we're filming this, we're at the end of January, beginning of February. It's about 49 or 50, but it never goes above 56 or 57 down here, which is extremely important for fine wines.
And you did say that what kills that wine is that dramatic heat to cold to heat to cold, but if you can keep it constant, it's going to make the wine last that much longer.
Yeah, the fluctuation is the wine killer. Long ago, when I first came to the store, we actually challenged people to buy wine from my store and buy wine from another store, and I guaranteed my wine tasted better just because of the way we stored it.
Wow. So your selection down here, you had mentioned earlier on in the interview, on a busy time, about 1,700 different offerings. from all over the world? Is that what we're looking at? Do you have a focus? Like, what's hot right now for wine?
So what's hot right now, there's a few categories. So Portugal right now, believe it or not, is what I've been saying is the Malbec of 15 years ago. So Portuguese red still wines, everybody thinks of port and sweet. These wines are not like that. Okay. You can get a $12 bottle of Portuguese wine that kills it. And then, so right now we're looking at the 2016 vintage in the Rhone. So Châteauneuf-du-Pape and Côte d'Arones, those are a little bit on the higher end, but that's what's pumping right now, Mark.
I love it. David, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You might want to make it down here to the wine cellar at Beaver Liquors in Avon, or check out their website, beaverliquors.com. We'll be right back.
You work hard for your weekend, so make the most of it through Bustang, a service designed by CDOT to change the way you move. Bustang delivers passengers to destinations throughout the state, 7 days a week. So whether you want to spend your Saturday touring a brewery in Fort Collins, seeing friends in Colorado Springs, or climbing a peak near Vail, you only need to grab the reins and go. Weekend service is now available on all routes.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by GMC, the exclusive partner of Vail Resorts.
Oh, Vail Village is really coming to life right now. You can see that we have quite a few golf carts. We have people coming in to check out the LL Bean Gear Town. We also have a crowd developing because we have someone up above me on the High Line. He's pretty close to finishing, but you see this? Just one of the really, really cool things that you can enjoy as a spectator here all weekend long. And you can see above him that we do have a little bit of cloud cover to start off this morning, and we do have a better chance of moisture in the forecast today, about a 40% chance compared to the 20% chance that we had yesterday. So we are starting off with some sunshine mixed in with some clouds, and those temperatures at the base of Vail Mountain are going to be in the 60s. So it's going to be pretty mild, but great conditions, especially if you are out here working really hard and working up a sweat as one of the athletes. But if you are going to be a spectator, you want to bring layers today. Layers of sunscreen. You're also going to have sunglasses. You want to have plenty of water. Bring a reusable water jug. There's places to fill up throughout the village. And then also you want to make sure you have that rain jacket with you. Not only will it act as just that one extra layer, but then of course if we do start to see that moisture, it's going to really help you out. And along the I-70 corridor today, temperatures will be in the 60s and 70s down along the Front Range, a bit warmer. And again, we do have a slight chance of that moisture in the forecast. And we're going to be seeing really kind of similar conditions for the next several days, partly cloudy skies, and just really beautiful time to be here in Vail, whether you're coming to the GoPro Mountain Games or maybe you're just, just enjoying some time here with your friends and family. But it's all brought to you by GMC. And man, we still have more coming your way here live from the GoPro Mountain Games. Really quickly, look at who's here. We have the Eagle County Animal Shelter. They're going to be doing some adoptions throughout the day. Oh, hello. Hello. All right, stay with us. We have more headed your way.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Bustang.
are live at the Solaris at the GoPro Mountain Games, and I have Max Finnensteel here with me, and he is one of the photographers here at the games. Good morning, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
It was so cool looking at some of your pictures. Tell me, what is your favorite thing to take a picture of at the games?
I really like shooting the kayaking. It's always just such a toss-up. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, every shot is different. Every year is different. All the athletes just are unbelievable.
It's such a cornucopia of things that you can take pictures of, from the dogs at some of those events
Absolutely.
to just the crowds and the spectators and the looks of awe whenever they see everything.
Yeah, there's so many different shots that you can take here. I mean, every event is special in its own way. I love it all.
What is the best way, if I'm not a great photographer, and I'm not, and I want to check out some of the pictures that were taken at the GoPro Games, can I find them somewhere just to look at them and check them out?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm shooting for the Vail Daily this year, and the Vail Daily has online archives for all the shots, and the Mountain Games also has online archives of all the different photographers that are hired by the foundation and other corporations that are shooting here.
That's really nice if you're an athlete too, because then, you know, you can go in and maybe find some pictures of yourself or your friends, and that's a really cool feature.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really nice to have that photo sharing option.
So if I am not the greatest photographer, but you know, I do want to take some photos of my friends and family here, what advice would you have for me to get a good photo?
Try to get as close as you can, especially with media credentials. It really makes a difference just to be able to be right there, especially in climbing and kayaking. You know, we're right on the river and on the wall, so getting as close as you can really helps, and especially on a day like today where it's going to be really, really sunny, try to find a little bit of shade. It'll just create a little bit more even light. So both of those kind of work together to help your shots a little bit.
That's really good to know. And a question about that, if light is spotty, that's one of the things that I should avoid. I should either look for full light or full shade, correct?
Right, absolutely. Spotty light is, I mean, there's not much you can do about it in post-production or in just reality. It's kind of a bummer when you get a shot and there's like a weird sunspot on somebody's face, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So, right, like you said, full sun or full shade.
What have you found the most challenging to try and photograph while you're here?
It's always hard to capture people's emotions. You know, you can get a great shot of a kayaker doing a flip, but you can't really get their face. So just trying to tell that story with emotion is really, really tricky. It's easier with like a cyclist or a runner. You know, you can see pain in their face, but with kayaking and climbing, you oftentimes just can't see their face. So telling that story with emotion is just a little bit harder, especially when shooting for a newspaper.
And we were talking off camera too, one of the best ways to get a good photo is to take a million photos. Just keep taking them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shoot anywhere between 1,000 and 3,000 shots today, and I'll submit 5. You know, it's
wow.
It's crazy. Just trying to get the right shot. I'm shooting 10 frames a second, and oftentimes that's not enough. You know, I'll get a shot just before and just after what I'm looking for. So it's tricky, but yeah, taking a lot of pictures also helps.
Have you found yourself in any unusual situations while you've been here trying to get a photo?
There are definitely some interesting people. A lot of people, for some reason, just don't accept the fact that I'm media. Like, they won't let me past. There's usually media zones for most of the events. And some people just won't let you pass them. I don't know what it is, but yeah, there's always an interesting crowd here.
Well, thank you, Max, for coming and sharing some of your tips and tricks with us. Hopefully you can get a great photograph. Stay with us. We have lots more coming up with the GoPro Mountain Games.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us, the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Here at PSI, we've been serving the Valley's plumbing, heating, and drain cleaning needs for over 18 years. We are expert technicians with the knowledge and training to provide prompt and professional maintenance and repair. Our fleet of vehicles are equipped with the most advanced technology and tools available today. PSI is committed to providing the best possible service and guarantee our work. Call us anytime, day or night, PSI is here for you 24/7, 365. We look forward to hearing from you.
Engel & Volkers is committed to providing the highest level of service to buyers and sellers in the Vail Valley. With decades of experience marketing Vail Valley properties, we are backed by a global company with over 800 offices and 10,000 agents worldwide. This extensive international network offers unparalleled national and international exposure for our most exclusive listings. To learn more, stop by our Vail Village or Beaver Creek offices and meet with one of our exceptional advisors.
Hey, I am here at Solaris with Dr. Cunningham from Vail Summit Orthopedics. Good morning, how are you today?
Hi, Michelle. How are you doing?
Good. It must be hard for someone like you to watch some of these events in the sense of you're like, oh, you know, hopefully I won't have to fix that.
I know, no, it's great seeing these amazing athletes, and obviously we're so centered around the ski culture, but you know, the summer activities I think are amazing, and as we all say, that's what we end up staying in this area for, because summer's so beautiful here. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and no, but like the kayakers, not infrequently we'll see a lot of kayakers with shoulder injuries are very common, shoulder dislocations in particular, so that's a big one on the water.
Let me ask you a question. So I know if you dislocate your shoulder, that's very obvious. You can see it immediately. But, you know, say I am an athlete and I'm here, you know, and you got your adrenaline going and you do have an accident and you think, well, you know, I flipped over my handlebars, I'm going to be sore. When should I stop and say, wait a minute, maybe I should get this checked out?
Yeah, I would say if you couldn't move a joint fully, like let's say a shoulder or knee or an ankle, I mean, if you can put it through a range of motion and maybe there's pain, that's probably okay. I think you can watch that one. But if you have a serious decrease in range of motion, or you know, you've seen incredible swelling in a joint, that's another sign that something more could be going on. Then I would get that sort of thing checked out.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of my husband, for example, he would definitely be one of those people who would go, no, it's okay. We'll just give it a couple days. And, you know, eventually you're like, okay, you can't walk right. Just
Christie Sports has 2 convenient bike shops in the Vail Valley, a new full-service shop in West Vail, and a rental shop on Bridge Street near Gondola 1. The experts at Christie Sports provide unmatched service and product knowledge, featuring mountain, bike path, and road bikes from Scott and Trek. Christie Sports has bike rentals for kids and adults, including free delivery. And expert mechanics guarantee 24-hour turnaround on basic tunes. When you need bikes in the Vail Valley, think Christie Sports.
Who we have here? We have someone who is looking for a home, and my goodness, he's going to be one of the perfect mountain companions for you. I'm here with Rhiannon Rowe from the Eagle County Animal Shelter. Rhiannon, who is our handsome little guest here this morning?
Yeah, this is Colby. Colby's a 1-year-old mixed breed. We really, you know, your guess is as good as mine on what he is, but he is just so much fun. He's, you know, he's very loving. He's so soft. He's just like, you just want to cuddle him all day.
Yes, he is so soft, and his people have come by to pet him. He's been so friendly, and we've had people come and try to guess, you know, what he is. One gentleman said he looks like an African dog.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, we don't know. Where did he come from?
He came from the Houston area. So yeah, he's been with us for a couple weeks now, and we're just really excited to find him his forever home.
So we should talk about the fact, you know, with the Eagle County Animal Shelter, you guys do such a good job of placing dogs here in the mountains that we have a lot of people that send you dogs from other places, specifically in Texas, to be placed here because they're so full, and you guys are constantly kind of empty because you do a good job matching people.
Yeah, no, we're having a great time. We've had 5 dog adoptions this event, and so yeah, people love their dogs out here. We just can't seem to fill the shelter sometimes.
Which is amazing, and thank you to all of you for taking part in that. So you guys are out here at Dogtown this weekend. So on Thursday alone, 5 dogs were adopted. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're just having a great time. And, you know, this event is our favorite. So.
Yeah. And so how many dogs do you have available?
Today we just have 2, and then we might bring up a couple more as the day goes on. So we're hoping that we'll have even more adoptions today.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and do you guys have a set spot where you're going to be in Lion's Head?
Yeah, we're in the Arabelle kind of square area right by the canine high jump. It's really fun, so you got to check that out and then come say hi to us, and we're kind of just in that little cove right there. It's a nice little spot.
Okay, now for people that are from out of town and they're not aware of the Eagle County Animal Shelter and how it works when it comes to adoptions, if somebody is like, okay, Colby needs to come home with us today, how does it work?
Yeah, it's a little bit more basic here. You know, we have you talk to us about your living situation. We just want to find out a little bit more about you. We have a contract you fill out. Our adoption fee for the event is half off. It's kind of our special.
Wow.
So Colby's adoption is only $50.
Only $50. Yeah. I mean, you would spend that at the bar tonight, plus like 3 times that. Yeah. So why not have a forever friend for $50? And with $50, not only do you get a super fun, soft, snuggly little guy, but then he also comes like fully covered with his shots, and you guys take care of all of that.
Yeah, he's neutered, up to date on vaccines, microchipped, dewormed, so yeah, he's ready to go home.
He's ready to go home. And so tell us a little bit more about him, because you know, when you get dogs in, you guys really do a lot of research to find out about their personalities. So is he good with like cats?
We're not sure about cats. I think he's probably be pretty curious about them, but I don't think he'd be you know, wanting to chase them or anything. He loves other dogs, loves kids, so we've had him with a bunch of dogs yesterday, and a real, you know, I mean, it's a stressful environment here, a lot of stuff going on, and he did fabulous. He had a blast. So.
Well, even just here, I mean, there are dogs walking around. There's people that come to pet him, and he's doing so well. I mean, he definitely likes the little guys. He likes to play with the little dogs.
He does. He likes to be the big man. Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. But I feel like he would be first of all, he's such a great size, and he's probably not going to get bigger than this, right?
No, this is his full size. He might fill out a little bit, but yeah, he is going to be this little guy size.
Yes, and your tail is so fun. And you know, I feel like he would be such a good adventure dog too. Yes. He looks like he'd be really great on the trails.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you love the mountain lifestyle and you need a little buddy to go along with you for all your mountain adventures, check out Colby. He's going to be walking around Lion's Head Village as part of Dogtown with Rhiannon today. So make sure to come say hello and see if he might be the right fit for your family. And if people maybe they can't make it down today, but they can make it to the shelter some other time. Yeah. Tell us about your location and the hours.
Yeah, located in Eagle right past the fairgrounds, open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys so much, Colby. I hope you find a home today. You find a good home. Oh, man, come on out. Adopt Colby, huh? GoPro Mountain Games dog. We'll be back with more. Oh, you're such a GoPro.
TV8's coverage of the 2019 GoPro Mountain Games is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics, Casio ProTrek Smart, and Bustang.
I am back at Solaris with Dr. Cunningham from Vail Summit Orthopedics. And you know, that should be like a motto for Vail Summit Orthopedics, getting you back to doing what you love.
Exactly. I mean, everyone here, you know, wants to get back out there. This is why we all live here, and that's our goal. Is we don't want to tell you, hey, you can no longer return to X, Y, or Z. Just get you back out there doing what you love.
And that's my favorite thing. At Vail Summit Orthopedics, they treat everyone like a professional athlete. And for those of us who live in the Eagle County area, you guys seem to know how much we all love our skiing, love our biking, love our kayaking. And regardless if I'm an Olympian, a GoPro athlete, or just an amateur, you get me back to doing what I love to do.
Exactly. I mean, actually, we all enjoy that very same, those very same activities. We're actually looking to hire a new doc, and that's one of the criteria, that they, you know, do all the crazy stuff that everyone here does.
I love that. So do you guys invite them out for a ski day or something like that before you bring them in?
Yeah, we got to make sure they can ski and bike and kayak and slackline maybe.
That's wonderful. So again, I'm not sure when I lost you before, but you were telling me when it's a good time to, if you're questioning, you know, this shoulder really hurts, or I'm walking a little funny, you know, after maybe competing the day before, when I should just rest and let it heal versus when I should come see you to let it get your advice.
Right. I think if someone has an injury and they have pain in a joint and maybe some swelling, but they can still weight bear, and they still have reasonable range of motion of a joint, I think you could wait on that. But if someone can't weight bear, let's say, or let's say in a shoulder they have very limited range of motion, or there's significant joint swelling, then that would be something you want to get checked out.
And the other thing that I love about your practice is you save some of those time slots for those emergencies, for those people who, oh my gosh, I just did this, I need to come and see you now.
Yeah, we have some urgent care slots where it's just walk-ins that we take, that people that were even injured hours before, we can get them in that very day.
And the other thing that's nice too, and this is just because I'm pretty familiar with you guys, if you do have an injury and they take you to the Vail Valley Medical Center, our hospital here in Vail, and they can tell you pretty much you're going to need surgery, we can request you guys, and you guys will head over and be our surgeon.
Exactly. We have someone on call 24/7. So I'm not on this weekend, but one of my partners is. So if someone got hurt today and they land in the ER, they can say, hey, I'm a patient of Vail Summit Orthopedics. I want to have you guys call them to come see me. Then we definitely will.
And that's the best, because then these guys aren't just casting a broken arm or casting a broken leg. They're doing it to the precision to get you back to where you were, sometimes even better and bionic compared to where you were before your injury, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, because to honestly, in other parts of the country, they don't see the amount of injuries that we see here in sports-related injuries. So we'd like to, I think we can comfortably say we get pretty good at treating those things because we see them over and over and over. So, you know, whether it be a dislocation of the shoulder on the river in the kayak, or breaking your collarbone off your mountain bike, or as your husband did, a tib-fib fracture, those are kind of a dime a dozen around here.
Are you going to be competing in any events today?
I'm not. I'm a spectator today.
You got to fix everyone up after the events, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us here today. And thank you everyone for joining us and tuning in. We're going to have a lot more for you tomorrow. We're going to be back at the GoPro Mountain Games. I'll be here in Solaris. Eric is going to be out on Epic Morning, and we'll have lots more athletes and lots more interviews for you.